Can Vitality lock in, or is KCORP on its way to another qualifier win? The answer will come in this best of 7.
But the one thing that does remain true for them is that in main events, they have yet to lose a series. So they seem like the team to beat at the moment. They are the defending champions from Regional 1, and they're starting things off with a fake kickoff.
I mean, you must be so happy, Johnny. At the moment, it does seem like so many teams introducing Spanish kickoffs, fake kickoffs, and starting the series with one of those shows the confidence that KC have.
Yeah, I mean, just getting that out there early, it just makes the other team think about it. Vitality have got to be thinking about that every single kickoff. Now they're trying to think, what on earth are KC doing? If you just rinse and repeat the same strategy, the other team are just going to get into their flow against you, and they're going to have more controls. Yeah, KC really, really tough to play against when it comes to the kickoffs right now. They're my favorite team to watch in that regard, but a lot of teams are becoming very enjoyable to watch in that regard.
There's a chance for Rise early on to try and pitch that one round the corner. Not quite able to, but it's a fantastic start from KCORP. Exactly what they would have hoped for and we'll say expected. A massive demo comes in. This runaway might be 1-0 for KCORP. Vatira, his decision-making always perfect.
Yeah, the last man gets caught. It's Vatira with the demo on the back end. And an open net to put them 1 goal ahead. You know, KCORP, out of all the teams in the Big Four in Europe at the moment, they are the team who are demoing by far the most, and they're the team who are timing their demos by far the most. And look at, again, the mix-up. They've just left the ball there on the kickoff, and that is intentional because it just goes straight to Atow in the back corner.
For the first time, really, since bringing in Zen, the man on the ball now, who is playing so well, the pressure is really ramping up on Team Vitality. Lose this series, and Magnifico are at least equal to them as Atow goes for a triple flip reset, exuding confidence. Rise takes a touch in the air, and look at Vatira just waiting, never wasting an attack. Vitality get it away for now, but yeah, the pressure all on Vitality.
Well, one guy yesterday for Vitality who really stood out was Zen. Of course it would be. Oh, he's been bumped out of position here. There's Vatira again, cleaning out the back man. And he's demoed Redosin before that. Centers and bumps. Leaves it wide open for Rise. I couldn't even mention how Zen played a world-class series yesterday against KC, because there's Vatira again trying to bump them out of the way and leave the net open.
Vatira, of course, trying to make his own personal comeback, having to concede the title of best in the world after losing that semi-finals, the famous hug the 2 young Frenchmen had after that amazing, amazing series. It was a 4-2, but it certainly felt like a 4-3. Felt like it went the distance. Vitality will be hoping for something even approaching for that, because game 1 is going completely the way of the blue wall. They will be thrilled over there if the view party is ongoing. The way their team are playing, Vatira, look at this, he's teed up Rise. Rise slams it back again towards the Vitality net. And so far, Vitality don't really have any answers. That might change if Zen can get this fake. But Vatira wasn't to be beaten, and more chances are going to have to come through.
They're finding really productive ways to try and demo the Vitality midfield players. That is, you know, KCORP. Vatira's obviously done that twice to lead to 2 goals. They're only 2 goals of the series so far. But every time they're rotating back, they're looking for those demos. They're not just going miles out of the rotation to do this. They're not running way ahead of the ball for a long time. It's what, you know, while they're recovering that they're going for these. When they end up in the position to do it anyways, very unforced. They're not trying to do it too much. They're not gone in here and said, you know what, let's just really look for demos and that's it. No, they're waiting for the opportunistic moments, and that's when they're making it work.
Well, I'll tell you what is working as well for KCORP. Currently, Team Vitality are on 0 shots, 3 minutes into a game. Their opponent's just getting their 4th there. This one's going to come into the center. Vitality yet to get anything going, and that is all credit to the team in blue. But here comes Alpha. He goes to the ceiling. If he's alive, it could be still good for Vitality, and he is.
Oh, it's a stunning goal from Alpha. He dribbles out of his own box of defense, sealing recovery, and then the immediate shot. No backboard needed on that play. It was just open for him if he shoots it fast enough. You know, Alpha yesterday, after missing the open net in Game 5 against KC, tweeted that, you know, well, you've got to make big plays against teams like KC at times, and if that had worked, I would have looked like a genius. But, you know, that's, you know, the closest I could get with Google Translate, going to be honest. Can't speak French, can't read French, but yeah, he's absolutely right. You know, if those kind of plays work, if the big plays work, they look like the team that they were last season. But right now, it's just they haven't been winning those games. They haven't been making those plays in the clutch in Games 5 and 7.
That's more good work from Alpha there to get the chain dash towards the dunk. But it's Vitality on the attack. Certainly warmed up. Now Alpha's coming in again. Atow, a huge save off the backboard. His defending has been fantastic for KCORP so far. Real key man. Something that I normally attribute to Rise. Slowing the ball down when the time is right. Atow has been getting these dribbles. and really getting things going for them. Here he is, beating Zen in the air. Dosin is there, so not too much damage from Vitality now, and Zen does get involved. Alpha is already up, a fake between him and Vatira. Atow sends it away. It's going to be a rip-roaring finish unless KCORP can score here, but Dosin gets in the way.
Yeah, both players playing the block on that midfield aerial, but I'm loving the aggression now from Vitality. They are really sending it in every challenge, and this is something they're going to need to do if they are going to break free from the KCORP's pressure. But here it is again, and it's not the big bumps, it's not the demos, it's just the annoying little almost parking maneuvers. Rise just boxes Alpha out.
They can't park
and
there,
leaves
mate.
it open for Vatira. Look at the face cams. They all absolutely love it.
I really hope that Rise is getting his car back to the spawn point quick, because there will be a little yellow ticket, because that was definitely double yellow lines. He did not care. He's making 3 players that play in yellow pretty upset right now the way he's doing things, as Vatira takes the brunt of their frustration towards Rise, then almost gets over the top of the aforementioned Rise. Not quite to be yet again. KCORP seeing this game away as it currently stands. Zen, what can the little magician conjure up? Nothing this time. Atow just screening the Vitality play all the way to the end.
I mean, yeah, Atow knows his scariest play in that position is the Zen air dribble from distance, so he just pre-jumps it, covers that. If Zen doesn't happen to be going for it, then it's fine. He's got teammates back behind him anyway. That's one of the safer Atow pre-jumps we've seen this weekend. I'm sure we're going to see plenty more of those. But it looks like KCORP are about to lock in the Game 1 win, and it was all about the physical play in offense and the pressure in the midfield at the start of this one. Vitality just they can't figure out this KCORP puzzle, but his record speaks for itself. Rise under pressure just plays like Rise. Everyone else under pressure completely falls apart. So that, I think that to me is what separates him from the competition, is he is just able to stay so consistent when the pressure reaches a climax. Delayed kickoff there for Rise. To Vatira, saved well from Alpha, who turned back towards the net. Really nice defensive rotation there by Alpha. I have to give him credit for that one.
He's learned something from the first open qualifier as Alpha after conceding that late goal after the kickoff. But anyway, here's Zen. Atow, though, is winning the race. Rise causing more chaos in the bumps, which Atow is almost able to make the absolute most out of. But Osin does get his double there, but it's more early pressure from KCORP. And speaking of pressure, it is just ramping on Team Vitality right now, both in this series, and as I mentioned earlier, the overall structure of the point system right now. Magnifico will be watching, praying that KCORP win this one, and that must make it trickier for Vitality, Johnny.
Yeah, the biggest winner, as well as KCORP here, will be Magnifico. It will be teams like BDS, Magnifico, and Vitality are all currently tied on points. Of course, that's subject to change by the end of today. Vitality or BDS can add to their points tally with wins against their French rivals. But they're not looking like the better team at the moment. It's another bump in the final third. Atow clattered Zen out of the position. Luckily, there were more bodies back for Vitality. They're going to need to keep those bodies back in defense. You cannot leave a solo defender against KCORP.
As soon as Vitality are staying still, even for a split second, they are being blasted out of the sky by the bullies of KCORP. Letting them stop for a split second. There you go. Alpha fakes that one. That's good play. I just wondered for a second whether Alpha would have the boost to go for the second ball, but instead, unfortunately for Vitality, you have to leave it for Rise, who tries to air dribble over the top of them. Vatira's up. Vatira's got the touch towards Rise. But for once, Rise didn't back his teammate, or maybe he backflipped, but the goal goes begging.
Yeah, didn't expect that heavy of a touch, and Vatira was trying to almost fake the fake there. He's close, he's leaving it late to be obvious that he's actually hitting that ball, and he hits it pretty hard as well. Now, all of Vitality in the back corner here, they've got to be careful not to allow easy shots from this kind of position. Rise has just outplayed 2, but luckily Zen's back. It just seems so difficult to get the ball free when KC are playing like this, and it's Vitality just keeping players back in defense, trying to keep everybody relevant, just surviving in these positions, but they are without a shot again as we approach halftime.
Well left there from Alpha. He was keeping an eye on Vatira and Rise and their pincer movement, but thankfully for them, the ball just rolled just past the goal. Vitality, you've got to give them credit. The way KCORP are playing, most opponents would have crumbled by now. They might be 1 or 2 goals down. That's shots that are happening, but Vitality, their defense is standing firm. They'll know that 1 chance is all they need. What I would say is that every time they come forward, they've got nothing left in the tank. Look at Alpha now, playing with 30. That flick uses everything. Atow, meanwhile, he's got 50 to play with even after that pre-flip. Vatira's coming in, he tries to shoot. Alpha's there, but more clear-cut chances for KCORP. Vitality getting starved in every way. And another bump, and then Rise shoots through a Dosin. Massive save.
Yeah, boost is a real issue here for Vitality. They cannot get control of their back corner boost. They did actually just pick one up there, though, Zen. That's massive for them. And a mid boost for Radosin, so finally they have something to play with here. Radosin 50s it, but Rise recovers and gets back to the ball anyway. A couple of 50s there in a row, going in favor of KCORP. And right to Vitality on defense. Radosin with a nice corner read. Down the pitch to Alpha 54, who tries to play it left of the goal. Atow's landed on it, and it's a bit of an imposter moment. He recovers well, but all of a sudden, that touch from Alpha going the opposite way nearly results in a goal. And great recovery by Zen. He had to trip up Rise to stop the open net at the other end.
Suddenly the whole thing is blown wide open. No goals yet, but massive chances. Almost huge mistakes as well. No mistake from Zen as he goes up to the ceiling, bounces back off it, and now he dribbles his way out. The 50-50 is almost perfect for Alpha. Radosin steams in, but Rise had waited back yet again. Vitality will be so happy that this one is still nil, especially if they can take the lead here. But a massive pitch from Atow almost sets up Matira. Now Zen's up, gets it over the top of Rise, but it's saved again by the Belgian.
I mean, a definite step up in class by both teams compared to the chaos that we saw earlier on in yesterday's matchup. But they're still not able to get a goal, Vitality. Still yet to have a lead in this series. And, you know, going 2 games down against KC on the run they're on does not seem like a viable winning strategy. Can they eke out that tie series with a monumental push? Rise up to shoot. Saved by Zen, collected by Vatira. Zen's bumped Vatira out of the position there. That'll leave it for Alpha, who wants that back corner boost. He's going to need to go back for it. Here comes Atow off the ceiling. Little bit of boost left over. They're really pushing themselves to the limit here in the search for the one goal that could win it all.
You get the sense that Vitality would love overtime. KCORP wanting to kill it as soon as possible. Rise, he just waits. This is what he does. He gets the flick. It's perfect. But Alpha can just follow that one and try and nail Atow in the air. Zen gets one touch to the corner. Alpha's waiting around. Can he get involved and get some bumps? Not this time. But Radosin follows up as Vitality finish this one on the ascendancy. Alpha has a chance. Matira saves for now. Zen, he goes for the double tap.
Oh, no way!
But it's saved on the goal line yet again. KCORP never give up a thing.
Well, Alpha didn't pre-jump the center ball this time. He got his initial shot saved. The follow-up from Zen looked good, but heroics on the goal line keep KCORP level into overtime. And they're right back into attack as this overtime gets going. Not a lot of boost for Vitality. No challenges of Matira's double, but he puts it wide.
Massive saves coming out all the way to the death, but KCORP have started the overtime better. Rise goes for the edgeable bump. Radosin equal to it. Gets bounced back, has to pick up some boost and go again. Vitality will be enjoying the chance to breathe as Vatira goes for yet another edgeable bump. Radosin to the backboard. Zen wants this one to fall to him, but Rise ain't gonna let that happen.
Vatira's dunked this one middle to Atow. Vatira's lurking downfield here. And you know what that means. There could be bumps in the position. Atow lands one, and he's even landed on the ball as he chips it center. Radosin, with hardly any boost, he's trying to delay the attack, trying to buy time for his teammates, and he has done. And Zen also gets a solid defensive 50. And the Vitality defense, they're all back to play. Every time KCORP are attacking, that's the big difference between this and game 1. But KC still looks scary, even against 3-man Vitality in defense.
You feel like every big clearance from Vitality as Radosin goes for a pre-jump flip cancel block there. You feel like every big clearance they make is massive. It's another mini victory for Team Vitality. What they need is to take it all. They have to get this goal, or else you'll feel this best of 7 quickly gets a long, long way away from them. Rise is just shepherding it here. Radosin gets out towards Vatira, not where he wanted it. Alpha stuck on the goal. This is so difficult. And Vatira watches his prey and then strikes.
Alpha 54 circling the edge of the box, looking for small boost pads, misreads the overhead bounce, and Vatira gets it right. It's fine. We can, you know, one game at a time, we can win this. Let's see what they've conjured up in that timeout. 2 games down in the best of 7, and they've gone for the worst kickoff strategy of all time. Wait,
Talk us through it, Johnny.
a second here.
Talk us through it, bro. Where's the sound effects artist? With the slip sound effects.
What, Radosin, did he just not know that the fake was coming through? I mean, something's clearly gone wrong there, because if you're faking it, somebody has to be ready to play the ball, and everybody's left the net open.
I mean, Johnny,
the ball.
We're not in their comms, mate. You say something's clearly gone wrong. Maybe that's exactly what they wanted to happen after the tactical timeout. You know, it's the 500 IQ play.
That might be the worst play I have ever seen coming out of a timeout in the history of Rocket League. I don't think there's been a worse start to a game after a timeout as they go down by 2. I mean, if this was bad before this game started, It's really bad now. KCORP will not believe their luck.
In a world of trouble right now, Team Vitality, and all KCORP have to do is just keep pressing upon the wound, and you sense that a Vitality collapse is incoming. KCORP will make yet another semi-final, yet another championship Sunday for themselves. For Vatira in particular, I don't know the stats on the top of my head.
Yeah,
He's
the
got
crazy
about
streak, yeah.
30 in a row or something like that. It's just ridiculous.
It's insane. I mean, obviously KC, they look like they had the edge in the series already. You cannot be giving them freebies, as again, it's so easy for KCORP. It's too easy for KCORP. Vatira's got all the time in the world to approach this. Rise has Alpha backing up. And I don't even think he's, planning to backflip there, but it works out wonderfully because everybody's running away expecting him to shoot and leaving the ball uncontested.
I'm going to give him credit for it. I think if anyone's going to do it, based upon the fact that in game one, at 2-1 up, we saw Rise park in front of, I think it was Zen, and not let him out.
He may have done. Yeah, he may have done. It could have been Vatira calling, I've got it, and then Rise backflips his reaction to the call.
Way.
This is the biggest disaster I've ever seen. As Zen takes a back corner 50 and it's bounced into their goal on the other side of the pitch.
Oh man, I feel like there's not a forfeit option in the RLCS, but I do wonder if Vitality would have a better chance of winning this series if they could just pull this game over now.
Oh no way! You are joking!
What is going on?
You have got to be joking here. Rise bumps Alpha away from the play. Atow fakes Zen and flicks over a dose. I mean, KC are they're just too locked in right now. They are absolutely demolishing the defending world champions. And Vitality have, I think, just played the worst minute.
Oh, phew.
Is that the worst minute of Rocket League we've ever seen them play? I think it might be.
Is that including all the rosters? Because, relatively speaking, for the level.
In any Vitality minute.
I really think it may well be, especially coming off the back of a tactical timeout. I don't know what was said there by Fairy Peak, by, their manager.
Oh my goodness, it's 6-0.
I don't know.
0 with a merciless double tap off the backboard. He's just completely outplayed everyone there. This is like an investment from KCORP. They probably feel like they've already got the win, but they're probably thinking to themselves, let's demoralize this team, not now, not for the rest of the split. Let's demoralize them for the rest of the entire season. Can they put 10 goals past Vitality?
Oh, man.
That's the question.
It's looking better than we ever thought it would. It's also making a statement to not just the rest of Europe, because bear in mind they still haven't technically qualified for the major, to the rest of the world. To any teams who are watching KCORP thinking, oh, they don't look that good. This is their claim. They are that good. They can do this to Team Vitality. This. It might be a 7th right here. Here he comes. Oh, Vatira wasn't quite there. This is just astounding, Johnny boy.
Oh, and it's in. Vitality are coming back. 2:47 on the clock. The lead has got down to 5. A huge goal by Vitality to begin the comeback. And actually a nice little play there by Alpha to bump Vatira. Just a subtle bump there to take him out of position. If Vitality are going to attempt to come back here, all you got to do is tell yourself, if they've scored 5 more goals than us in the first half of the game, why not score 5 more goals than them? Yeah, look at the times on their side. We've got plenty of time.
When do they have to score by for you to sort of lean forward in your chair? Like, ooh, this is actually getting pretty interesting.
I mean, it has to be pretty quick, I'm going to be honest. Like, you've got to keep the momentum going on comebacks. You have to really make the other team doubt for a second, and that's when you can start to reap the benefits. But I don't see much doubt coming out of KC right now. They are right back into the offensive rotation, looking for a 7th.
Man, I've sort of, back in my day when I used to try and qualify for the RLCS, a lot of my games felt like this, where whatever you do, they have a pass, they have an out. Oh man, they're just toying. This is rude. Because it's not just the goals that KCORP are getting, it's how many clean touches they're getting in Vitality's half.
Yeah, clean out plays. Just Vitality, you're scrambling to try and get a touch on the ball, and KC are just passing it around them. While Vitality run around in the middle of the circle. Yeah, they're getting bullied here. They are getting bullied, but this one, absolutely, let's not get it twisted. This started off with a Vitality disaster class, and then we've also had some KC brilliance, just to mercilessly put this one beyond all doubt. Or so you would think. Here comes Alpha the other way. He's got Zen in front of him. This should be a goal, and it is! So we do have a 4-goal lead now. Vitality has scored the last 2 goals, and they've got 92 seconds to work with to try and make the impossible comeback happen.
I'd be curious how many 4-goal comebacks we've had with 92 seconds left. If this is sort of a tangible goal for Vitality to have, or if this would be breaking new territory. You know,
Well, it would be breaking new territory if they lose another goal. They've never conceded more than 6 with Zen on the roster, so there's that to try and defend, that stat, but I don't think they know about that right now, or are really thinking about it all that much.
I'd hope all the things that Vitality do track, you know, with all their experience and quality and knowledge, one of them isn't what's the most amount of goals we've conceded with Zen, because they might be about to get it, Zen. Oh,
Okay.
they've survived for now.
Wait.
I think Vitality's hit the moral victory here, mate.
Well, you know, they're just not scoring quickly enough. If the impossible comeback is going to happen, you've got to get a couple of quick fire goals. This might be one opportunity. That's a great touch by Zen. Middle blocked by Atow. And yeah, all these turns about in the midfield just taking too long to get shooting chances going. KCORP's early 6-goal lead will hold through, it would seem.
What a sentence. 6 will be enough.
Well, who would
Even
have
against
thought
6-0. Man, oh, go on, Alpha. I'm just like, I'd love to see just a little bit of a sniff of a comeback here. But yeah, I mean, what I would say is that Vitality at least looked like a Rocket League team in the last couple of minutes, which is something they can take to game 4.
Yeah,
as they...
their confidence, it's got to be shot though, isn't it?
No. That's the record.
It's a goal. We're not going to call it Reduce an own goal. I mean, he got the last touch, but when you're losing, it's probably smart to speed the ball up into your own net if it's your only option. Give yourself a bit more time. No, I think their confidence will be in the bin here. I'm not going to lie. I can't see Vitality coming back in any world. If they can come back here, that is one of the most impressive. I mean, a reverse sweep in a best of 7 is already one of the most impressive comebacks of all time. But to do it after just a collapster class here would be something else.
All I'll say, Johnny, is that KCORP were involved in a reverse sweep of their own at the semi-final stage in the first qualifier against Team BDS.
Yeah.
So maybe that will be somewhere in the back of their minds. You know, if we can do it, maybe Vitality can do it as well. But I'm not seeing much from Vitality that's telling me they're going to take 4 games in a row right now, even with the fresh start of Game 4.
I think that even it makes it even worse for Vitality. The fact that BDS were reverse swept by KCORP in the first event of the season. If there's one team that are going to be playing as carefully as possible here and getting the job done, it's going to be KCORP. They know, but let's see what they've got. They are the defending world champions. They are still in this tournament, and if they're going to win their next event, if they're going to win this event, they have to win 4 games in a row. It starts with this one. Can they hit the ball in the kickoff? Yes, they can. So already a better start than we had in game number 3.
Fairy Peak, this is where you earn your money. If you can have your 3 players assemble here and just even begin a sniff of a comeback, it would be huge, because KCORP look utterly dominant as we head to game 4. I would say already, I was going to say a better start than Vitality in the last game. Obviously, that we can see in 2 seconds.
Hard to, yeah.
But a better start because they have been starting all these games slowly. KCORP have been on the front foot from the opening kickoff every time. Not so much this game as Alpha gets the flick reset. Might be able to bundle something through here, but Vitality have stepped up.
It's Rocket League is a game that's all about confidence, and right now Vitality's confidence is clearly not been there. They got bumped around in game 1. They got pushed back in defense in game 2, and then they just completely fell apart in game 3. So if they can somehow produce a confident performance where they just believe in themselves to make the plays they want to make, then that will be a super impressive thing. But they're getting a little bit outplayed again, Cole, as Rise and Vatira combine. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Oh, it's Atow and Rise, sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's
Atow and
Rise and Vatira.
That last pass, by the way, is beautiful. No movement needed to shoot the ball past the goalie.
The thing is as well that Vitality were... Oh, double fake here. Oh, almost a quad fake there, and both those players had decided against it. Vitality were probably slightly better for the opening minute, but then as soon as KCORP have a bit of boost, a bit of control, they definitely own the floor. And I'd say that comes from Atow. He always seems to win these 50-50s and dribble past people. That might be a second, but they're not bad in the air either. That one bounces onto the crossbar. Rise can only hit it backwards. See, Vitality is still just making KCORP think once or twice, despite the obvious fun of that goal there, as Zen can't quite fake his way through. But Vitality definitely have a bit more about them, Johnny.
I mean, yeah, they do have a bit of a better position here. I think they were losing 6-0 by now.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah, they definitely have, stabilized a little bit. There's no question. But the problem is that KC beat them pretty handily. even when they were looking a bit cleaner on the pitch. So, in terms of stopping KC's brilliance, Vitality have not had an answer for that long term at all this weekend. And when you compare this series to the Swiss matchup the two teams had, it's KC who have elevated. Oh, hold on a second here. Well, Atow has kind of given this one to Alpha 54. He's trying to fake a wall clear there and then instead catch the ball, but he just doesn't have the time. Alpha closes the distance, and he just hits the ball straight to the open net. 1-1, Vitality have tied the game.
Undone by his own hubris there, Atow. And fair play to Alpha, just not putting up with any of that. Giving Vitality something to play with. Alpha. It's not quite towards Zen. That's so disappointing. Just when Vitality is starting to build up some momentum, you need clean touches when they're needed. Alpha's going to wait here. Beats Fatira. Ryzen does the same to him. This one's to Redosa looking for Alpha. Vitality starting to find each other with these passes, which is good. Kickoff, of course, still relatively comfortable, but it's just more sniffs for Vitality. Until the pass
They're just better. It is quite simple. They are just better. Redosan's trying to control the ball and force a 50. He gets dispossessed by Vatira. And then Atow, middle to Rise. Everyone involved, whether it's a solo player, a team play, physical play, whatever you want, KCORP have got it. I mean, they have just got the unplayable offense today. And yeah, no matter what Vitality have tried, they have not been able to slow it down. That's a pre-jump from Alpha that has missed, but he wasn't too far off. And they've got to just hang on for a second here. Has Redosan got the recovery? Rise slow plays in, snipes in top corner. It's 3-1. Once more, KCORP are ice cold as Vitality flounder.
Just drowning yet again in self-belief. Rise, not a single part of his body thought he wasn't going to be able to put that one into the top corner, even with Redosan there. Redosan went the right way, you know, but it was a good enough finish that Rise still got his rewards. And Vitality find themselves a couple down again. Rise could make it even worse with the scoop. There's Rise, and it's 4.
I mean, he's just waiting to see where the goalies are committing to, and then he's slotting it right past them. Rise with the patience to put the ball past both Vitality defenders. I mean, that's 2 goals in a row now for Rise, where he doesn't pull the trigger in a rush. He waits until it's too late for the defender to even have a chance of getting a save. KCORP have been a different level today. Vitality are going to need to go right back to the drawing board here, because not only do they seem to have fallen off the pace compared to their biggest rivals in the region, but they're going to be tied with Magnifico in points. They are no longer a clear top 4. They're going to be tied for that major spot going into the last event, barring a 3-goal comeback and then 3 more game wins.
The irony is, if it does go to that, which is looking likely that KCORP win this series, Vitality will then be praying that KCORP beat Magnifico tomorrow to do them a favor, because otherwise Magnifico overtake Team Vitality going into the 3rd open qualifier. So a huge swing in belief and hope there for Vitality. But for now, they've got to get through this last.
Not happening.
Oh my goodness, minute and 16 seconds. KCORP get another one.
I mean, Vitality just don't want to be here anymore. They're just waiting for the series to be over. They're just waiting for this minute and 16 seconds to be up so that they can all hit menu, leave match, and yes, and then go about the rest of their day, because this is just not it. They've been right on the fake kickoff as well. Absolutely nothing going right for Vitality. They've tried to double fake the kickoff here, and it's just a hard read from Atow. He saw that they were up to something sneaky, chipped it straight down the middle instead of hitting it low into the 3rd man, which is what Vitality wanted. And yeah, even when they've tried to kickoff straight there to come back, and they've just been
Johnny, this is your fault, mate. This is your fault, Johnny boy. I'm going to call you out here, mate. For what? For 4 years, you're saying, oh yeah, players need to think about the only set piece. It's the kickoff. Oh, why do they waste the opportunity? This is what happens when they try, Johnny.
No, listen, I don't mind it. I think that was a good idea. You've got to do something there. It doesn't work.
Trust the process, says Johnny boy.
Oh, you can't be so results oriented. Oh, we didn't score, or we got scored on, therefore it's good or bad. It's not as simple as that, you know. Nah, if you're 5-1 down, you need to have some kind of plan in place to have a comeback. You need to create some volatility if you're going to score 4 goals. And they tried something. It didn't work. I like that they've tried, honestly, though. It's a really not a meta play at all, the double fake kickoff. So I'm impressed that Atow managed to read it, to be honest. Good read by Atow, so I would say there. And, you know, Redosan has scored to bring it back to 2. I expect to see more. This is going to be some random kickoff and it's in someone's net. That's my prediction for this. If
all right,
let's see. To go by.
Let's see if they're still trying some rock, paper, scissors here all the way to the end. No, I love that, Zen. Dribble into the ball, dodge at the end. Something to take with you through to the next tournament. Alpha, lovely pre-jump, though. Zen's there.
Yep.
No!
Surely no. Okay.
Oh, they've got it. Okay. 3 goals, 24 seconds.
Honestly, fair play to Vitality. I said that they don't want to be here anymore, but that was completely wrong because they have tried to, come up with volatile kickoff strats to create situations exactly like this, and now they're actually scoring.
Spanish?
So they've got to they've got to mix it up. You've got demo opportunities potentially. They've just tried to. After all the randomness, they're just going back to standard, which is also that is a mix-up in and of itself. So they've tried something here, hasn't worked. But the main problems were earlier on in the series, of course. KC were just too good today. They are miles clear of Vitality and have swept them out of the competition. Vitality are no longer a clear top 4 in the points. They're going to need a good result in the final event of the split if they're going to book in their spot for the major. KCORP, they remain undefeated.
Just ruthless from Carmine Corp as they stand up to celebrate. The question is starting to be asked: is EU transitioning from a big 4 to a big 1?